some of you are having doubts and you're not believing the plans and the purpose that the Lord has spoken over your life. And what is inside of you is a treasure. The Holy Spirit that dwells inside of you is a currency, and it is a treasure that allows you to succeed in every area of your life that you commit to being obedient to the Lord in your walk with Christ, in your relationship with Him, in your endeavors, in your ministries and businesses, in your family life. Everything that is inside of you is everything that you'll ever need. And so, in order to understand the treasure and authority that God has given you through His Spirit, it's important to understand how precious this treasure is and how to keep this treasure going. Sometimes, like, currencies expire. There are like dollar bills from 100 years ago that no longer have value, but with the Spirit of the living God, this treasure gives you value until the Lord gives you your last breath. But you have to believe it in order to receive and walk in the authority through the power of the Holy Spirit. And so we're going to go over Matthew 13:44. And it says, "The kingdom of heaven is like treasure hidden in a field, which a man found and hid. And for joy over it, he goes and sells all that he has and buys that field." And so the Holy Spirit inside of you, if you decrease, if you submit to the Lord and decrease your sinful nature and allow the Holy Spirit to increase inside of you, there's a treasure field inside of you, and you have opportunity to hear and dwell in that place of peace and joy and comfort through the presence of God, through His Spirit. And so the devil's trying to convince you and accuse you that what you're doing is not accurate or you're failing. He's trying to deceive you to get off track. He wants you to get off track. And so I feel led to share this. So in social media, a lot of people, they share too much information. They just expose themselves and they end up slandering themselves, and people, the public turns on them, or they judge them, or both. And it's like, being a child of God, you don't have to spew out details about yourself that are unnecessary, because the gift that God has given to you is so precious. When you're walking and operating in the gifts that God has given to you, whether it's evangelism, administration, prophecy, whatever it is, compassion, I feel led to say that, compassion, mercy, love, kindness, if you are operating in the gifts of the Holy Spirit, I'm going to be very frank, nobody's going to be interested in anything about you, because they're going to be so invested in this treasure and gift that God has given to you, and they're going to desire that rather than what you have to offer in your sinful flesh, in your flesh. And this is a gift in itself. A lot of people end up getting turned on when they share too much about themselves when they should have never done it. There's a difference between a testimony that is glorious and that is beautiful versus giving away stuff that's not important. Really commit to protecting this treasure inside of you, and just know that the more the Lord blesses you, the heavier the warfare is going to be. And you're going to be in demand and sought after in this season as you continue to walk in obedience and faithfulness and have the faith and trust in the Lord. But along with this, you will be in demand. But with this also comes doubt and mocking and slander. But just don't focus on that. That's what the enemy wants. And if you feed into that, you'll give the enemy what he wants rather than pleasing the Lord and giving the Lord what He desires, which is your heart.